YouTube short on Friday, just basically saying how great I thought the graphics on this game were and just how incredible they are. And yeah, I'm about 17 to 20 hours into the game now, and it's really not changed my mind. And I'm still absolutely in awe with just how great this game looks and just how beautiful it is. And just, yeah, it's honestly, it's just there's been some games I've played over the last couple of years that have been brilliant for graphics. Death Stranding 2 was incredible. Kojima hit the spot with that one. Ghost of Yotei, I thought was a phenomenal video game. The graphics were great as well. This one as well, I think it's well up there. It really is testament to the fact that we do not need a PlayStation 6. We definitely don't need a new Xbox. We don't need a new PlayStation 6. Sorry, we don't need a PlayStation 6. The graphics are absolutely stunning, and yeah, that was just to start us off with. Obviously, this is my first impressions video. I just want to go over a few things that I'm really enjoying with the game, and I'm really liking. And I mean, so far for me personally, it's been a really positive experience. I've had a great time with it. There's been some gripes. There's definitely been more positive than bad. That's for sure. It's not a game I'd say I love so far, but it's a game I really like. I think over time, it's a game that I will definitely grow to love. I think it'll be the same for a lot of people. So yeah, obviously everything you're going to see in this video, it is chapter 3, but it's literally just a little bit of exploration in the same sort of area. I don't want to give anything away. I'll keep it brief on the story. The story, as you would have seen in the mainstream media, it's literally a typical revenge story. You get killed at the start of the game, you get brought back to life. You basically have to get your group back together, go on a revenge mission to take out the people that had killed you. Pretty much the same as majority of open world games seem to be now, as these revenge stories. And to be fair, it's had some good moments so far. For the most part, it's been pretty forgettable. I'm not gonna lie. The thing is, for me personally, I don't know how it's for everybody else. I don't really play these sort of games for the story. I knew full well going into it the story wasn't going to be something I love. It wasn't something that I was expecting to be anything spectacular. As long as it's something that's decent, then I'm happy. Everything else about this game is what's gonna make or break it for me. It won't be the story. So yeah, I mean, for me personally, they could have probably put a bit more effort in with the story so far. It's not to say that it won't get better down the line. It maybe will. But yeah, so far a couple of good moments. Nothing spectacular. I know there's been a lot of people criticizing it, which is fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, same as I am. Uh, Again, it's one of those. But I don't want to say too much on the story because I don't want to spoil it for those of you that are actually interested in it for that reason. Um, the world building and the visuals, like I've said, I've just already touched on it. The visuals are absolutely stunning. For me personally, I've not had any issues with regards to the visuals so far. The performance, anything like that. I've had a little bit of popping, but it's not anything groundbreaking. It's not anything, sorry, game breaking. It's not anything that's gonna put you off. It's not gonna be something that's gonna cause you that much of annoyance that you're going to want to put the game down. I can't speak for those that are on PlayStation, the base PlayStation 5. I'm on PS5 Pro. I can't speak for those people. I know there's a lot of people that have had issues with the actual with the map opening and crashing the systems and stuff like that. I've not had anything like that. I'm quite lucky. I've had a little bit of pop in, a little bit of performance dip. Like I say, I quite like my detail in my single player games. I'm not someone that, unless it was Ninja Gaiden or like Elden Ring or something like that, it's quite fast paced. It's quite high intense action. That I'm not really someone that's fussed about the high frame rates. If GTA 6 launches in November, I say if because I really don't want to get my hopes up. But if it does launch in November and it comes out 30 frames, I'm not going to be there day one moaning about it. I'll be quite happy. Like I couldn't care less. I'd rather have that higher fidelity. I know for a lot of people that is important, which is fine. It's again everyone's buying it for their own reasons. But for me, obviously, I will get a bit of frame rate dip for obviously the performance that I'm playing it on. The mode that I'm playing on, sorry. But yeah, for me generally it's been good. Like I really can't fault it. It really feels like Zelda, in the sense that, albeit apart from that bit there, for the most part, you can go where you want, you can do what you want. As soon as you get through that intro section and you get into the meat of the game, you literally can go where you want, do what you want. And in all honesty, I think it's a game that prides itself on making sure that you do that. Go and explore, go and get some more, go and get some trees for some timber to upgrade your gear. Make sure you're doing that, so then that way when you come up against the bosses, that you're equipped to take them on. It really feels like it's there for that. It's a game for me personally. I think that the way that the world is set up to make you want to explore and to make you want to experience everything that the game's got to offer. There are some gripes with the world that I've got, that I don't like. I, I might be on my own here. I do feel with the NPCs, they're very static. For the most part, I think a lot of the towns that you go into, the NPCs will stand around. They'll not really interact with you. When you speak to the NPCs, it can be quite janky in the sense that you're talking, they don't really react. Now, there was a lot of hate for Assassin's Creed Shadows last year for the lip sync and for how sort of robotic the characters looked at times, when they were having interactions with each other. This kind of feels similar to that. I loved Assassin's Creed Shadows, by the way. I platinumed it, but even I would be honest and say, look, yeah, they could have done that. Ubisoft could have done that better. This game feels like it's victim of that as well, in the sense that you're exploring this big open world and you go to a new town. You think, oh, this is really cool. Let's go and see what it's got to offer. And then for the most part, you might get the odd bit where, like, you'll see it shortly. There's like children running around and stuff like that. But for the most part, the NPCs are sort of stood there. They're not really interacting. They're not really getting involved, or doing anything. Now, I know Playground Games, I believe it's Playground Games anyway, are bringing out Fable this year, and they're promising 1,000 NPCs, and they're gonna have their own day to day. You can follow them around, and you'll see how they live their lives and stuff like that. And that's pretty cool, if it obviously does pay off. This isn't like that. This feels very much like a single player MMO, which again I'm cool with. I made peace with that in my first couple of hours. Um, it's yeah, for a lot of people though, this will be a deal breaker because a lot of people need that interaction. They need that sort of like immersion, shall we say, especially in a game like this. You would want that. Um, yeah, I mean, for me personally, it's not put me off yet. I think it's something they could maybe tweak potentially. It could well be something that they can actually tweak it and maybe make them feel more alive. I don't know. Hopefully, some that one of them sees this video, or they see other people's complaints about it as well, and they think, yeah, actually, you know what, we could update that. Now I want to touch on the gameplay. The gameplay, bit frustrated this morning. It's obviously 23rd of March, so the latest patch has just gone live. I got stuck on the boss on Saturday night. Obviously, I had to work yesterday, so I didn't get to play this. But I got stuck on the boss on Saturday night, and I think it's the Red Reef boss. I struggled with him, wasn't high enough gear, which is fine. I was getting him down to his second phase, about halfway down to a quarter down of his health left, and I just kept getting killed. Didn't have enough food items and that, which is again, it's fine. It's not an issue. So this morning I've woken up. I thought, you know what, let's jump in. Let's get this done. Um, and I beat him first time really easy, and I thought, well, this is weird. Like that makes sense. Jumped on YouTube to see if anybody else was finding it too easy. And I've seen a video from Remfell, saying that they basically brought out a new patch where they've put in a balanced combat, for the bosses. And I thought, well, that doesn't feel balanced. That feels like you're on easy mode, and I don't like playing on easy mode. It's not for me. I'm quite happy playing on normal, but like I don't think there's a need for that. I think that's gonna put a lot of people off because you do need challenge in a video game. You do. There's nothing wrong with playing on easy, by the way. If that's something you like doing, then crack on. But for a lot of people, you want that challenge because you want to feel like you're at least achieving something. Um, this, unfortunately, it's like, why? There was nothing wrong with that boss. The boss wasn't overpowered. It's about you leveling your character up and you exploring and taking time to explore so you can get your gear leveled up and then you can get yourself in a position where you can beat these bosses. Bit like Elden Ring. Elden Ring, you could walk around, you could go to a boss, you could get absolutely destroyed. You go and level up your character, you go back and then you absolutely whip them. You know what I mean? But you feel like you've done that. You feel like you've earned that. Whereas this now is going to feel like if I want to just steamroller through this game now, not explore anything really, just steamroller through, beat every of the bosses, I'll be able to do that no problem. And I don't like that. So I'm hoping again they can address that later this week with another patch, just to properly balance out, or even put in a difficulty mode. So for those that want to play on easy and just want to get through the story, that's fine. You can do it. If you want to play normal or hard and have a challenge and be rewarded for your exploration, then great, do that. Yeah, for me personally, that's what I would do, and I hope that is something they do because the gameplay is fantastic. Like the actual combat is really the sort of, for me personally, it's the big thing for this game. Like I'm really loving it. I'm a huge wrestling fan. Um, always have been, always will be. And the fact that you can RKO people in this, you can suplex people, you can body slam people, that's fantastic. Like the fact that you can literally explore this game and do whatever you want, with the freedom to approach situations, it's great. If you want to go in using your sword, crack on. If you want to go in and treat it like it's an MMA fight or a wrestling match or a boxing match, crack on. I love that. I think that's absolutely brilliant. So I think the fact that they've nerfed these bosses, I think I don't understand why, because your gameplay is there for that. The combat is there for that. It's you're just gonna ruin it. But anyways, it's hopefully it's something that they can address. But yeah, the actual combat itself is a lot of fun. Really is. The other issue I've got is when you're walking around, and obviously you need to go and mine materials. So to upgrade your gear, you need to obviously chop down trees. You need to mine ore and stuff like that. For a lot of the trees, it's really weird with the controls the way that they've done it. Is you literally have to hold down L1 for on PlayStation, and then press R2 at the same time. Now, if you take your finger off L1 and keep pressing R2, you're still swinging, you're still hitting the exact same spot on the tree, but for some reason your axe goes right through the tree. Doesn't feel like it's making contact. So you always have to hold down L1. I don't know why they've done that, and that is a broader issue, is a part of the problem with the controller scheme. Is I don't understand a lot of the choices that they've made, because there's a lot of issues like that that are pissing people off. It's pissed me off, because I don't understand why they've done it. Also, like with when you want to crouch, if you want to go into areas where you want to actually like you stealth your way through it, you're having to press down the left bumper, sorry, the left thumbstick. You have to press that down. Whereas every game I've ever played since it was a thing, really, it's always been the right thumbstick. So I don't know why that's something now they've suddenly decided they want to try and reinvent the wheel. But yeah, again, it's one of them. It's, for me personally, it's part of a longer term solution. Hopefully, is that they will come out and they will patch this and they will sort it. I've seen on their patch notes that they're looking at sorting stuff out for the PC, and they've not mentioned PlayStation, but they've said Xbox, the most serious consoles, are going to get patches as well to sort it out, which is great for them. Hopefully, PlayStation will get something similar. But I want to round this video off now because I don't want it to go on megally too long. But I remember playing Cyberpunk at launch on the base PS5 when I first got it in 2020, just around COVID and that. And it was a brilliant game. It really was a brilliant game in the sense that everything they promised was there, but the performance was absolutely horrific. It was really bad. I had to keep pausing the game every 10 to 20 seconds, and it killed any sort of immersion. If you go back to Cyberpunk now in 2026, what they have created through various patches, various upgrades, various quality of life improvements is arguably one of the top 10 games of all time, at least top 20 games of all time, and it's a completely different game. I really do believe with this that it will be something similar. I think in maybe a year to 18 months time down the line, as long as they stick with it, as long as they stick with their patches and quality of life improvements and taking on players' feedback and actively and proactively working on that, then I think they're gonna have an absolute masterpiece on their hands. And I think it's a game people will be talking about for years to come. Now, Fighting Cowboy in his review mentioned that Crimson Desert is like 80% of people's GTA, in the sense that for people who love fantasy RPG games or fantasy role playing games, this will be their GTA. This will be their game of the year. This is their game, and I understand it completely. The music you can hear in the background is phenomenal. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings when they're at the Shire. That's what it reminds me of. There's a lot of times where I've played the first 17 hours and I've felt like I'm watching the start of a Lord of the Rings film. Now I might be on my own here, I might be, but for me personally, that's how I feel. Um, and it's little things like that that's making me want to stick with this game. It's the fact that you can explore and go where you want. It's the way that you can explore. It's the world, and it's the wanting to see everything this game's got to offer. Now, I'll not be able to platinum it this year. I'd love to platinum it, but I don't. I just generally don't have the time with everything coming out. Um, It'll take me at least 150 hours to beat this anyway. I think for this game, I personally, if you've got disposable income and you can afford to, I would pick it up and have a go. I really would. Especially, I don't know the refund process on PlayStation and Xbox because I've not had to try and do it before. I know on Steam that you can refund the game after 2 hours if you're not happy. I would say if you're on Steam, pick it up, play it. If you like it, fantastic. If you don't like it, you can get a refund. If you're on console, I would say wait until it's on sale. Give it a crack when it's on sale. Try it then. I think there's a game here for a lot of people to love and enjoy and to really, really sink their teeth into, really experience it, really have a lot of fun with. And I think that's something that Pearl Abyss have done a really good job on. I just hope that they continue to take on board the advice that they're getting from players. They continue to take on board constructive criticism, and they will actively work on it. And I think if they continue to do that, and they're smart about how they keep promoting the game, doing random sales and stuff like that, I think they could be onto a winner here. I've seen over the weekend they've already made 2 million sales, which I'd imagine a lot of that's pre-orders. It'd be interesting to see this week what their actual sales numbers are like, their metrics are like, and that. But yeah, generally for me personally, to finish this video off, really, really good game. A lot of issues. It's pretty much a mixed bag for me at the moment. Don't love it, but I do like it. Really, really keen to stay in this world. Really, really keen to see what else what else is to come with this game and what else they've got to offer. And yes, thanks for obviously watching, guys. If you could give me a like, if you don't mind, a subscribe would be great. It would really help me out. Also, please let me know down below. I'm really keen to speak to people on this. I'm really keen to understand what you're thinking about it. Are you enjoying the game if you've got it? What's your thoughts if you haven't got it in the videos you've watched and the coverage that you've seen of it? Do you think it looks good? Do you think it's... Let's be honest, do you think it's been worth the 7-year wait, 8-year wait, whatever it's been now? Do you think it has been? I think time will tell on that. But let me know anyways down below what you think, guys. And until the next time, have a good week.